This is going to be a little bit of a different video than what we normally do, but it's still kind of similar because most people who do race car stuff have to have a trailer. So I got my friend's open deck trailer here. It used to be a wooden deck trailer, and we're going to convert it into a metal deck trailer now. It's a little bit more to it than what I thought it was going to be, just because of like the wood is thicker than the metal, so we got to add some braces and stuff too. And yeah, I'll show you guys that, and it gives us a good excuse. I wasn't going to film it and just bust it out really quick, but it gives us a good excuse to use some new toys that Fronius sent over. The good people of Fronius, y'all already know, they've been a sponsor of the channel for a long time now. I think like over 2 years. So I'll show you guys that here in just a second, but I'll show you guys the trailer. This is what we're working with, your standard open deck trailer with the wood off of it. Now the issues, what I was saying is, you see this gap here? So I'm gonna have to make some little standoff pieces that match this height, and then I'm gonna have to be adding some braces that go like the whole length of the trailer where the tires would go up and down, so it doesn't bend the plate, because I didn't want to get too thick a plate, because I didn't want to make it weigh 700 pounds heavier than what it's supposed to. So I got some, I think it's either 10 or 12 gauge, something like that, diamond plate. So that'll be the deck, and then I got some 1-inch 14 gauge square tube. I'm gonna go ahead right now and unbox the Fronius. So here is the TransSteel 2200. This is their really nice MIG welder. I'm really excited. This was like a little bonus gift. We needed another TIG welder, so they went ahead and set another one over. The whole shebang, you know, I'll do the whole unboxing on that later. But Bluetooth pedal, the best of the best. You already know how it is with Fronius. They just got the best. So we're gonna go ahead, unbox this thing, and set this thing up. Now, just a little disclaimer too before we get started. I don't know much about MIG welding. I kind of know the basics and what it's supposed to look like and how it's supposed to sound. I'm not the best at setting it up or explaining any of it, but I'll do my best here. So if I mess something up, don't judge me. TIG welding is my thing, but yeah, they sent that over. I'm really excited. I was like, I'm not too sure how much I'll use it, but couldn't think of a better way to do it for this trailer, and should be a nice little way to put it through its paces, you know? Man, this thing looks so nice. It's honestly smaller than what I thought it was gonna be. I thought this thing was gonna be huge. This is a little tiny guy here. It's so cool, like the inverter technology just makes everything like so portable. Like, this is so light. I mean, obviously, still gotta put a spool inside of it, or not a spool, is that what they call that? A spool? A spool of wire? I think so. We gotta put some wire in it still and get all the consumables on it, but that thing is light, so I like it a lot. You wanna know what else I like about Fronius? Is this right here. These ground clamps. They are like super beefy, and the spring is super tight on them. Like, I've had the TIG welder for 2 years now, and I move the ground clamp all the time, and it's still super tight. Like, it grabs on nice and tight, so it's good. Good ground is always a good thing. Came with the torches and everything. I'm gonna set it all up. The torches and everything, they look really nice. You know, Fronius doesn't mess around. They only have nice stuff that comes with it, so I'm really happy with that. And yeah, we'll see if we can set this thing up and see if we can mess this thing up. Yeah, I'm not really good at trying to put the wire in there and like get it all to feed right, but I'll figure it out, I think. So went ahead and got this thing set up, just kind of messing around with the setting. It's pretty cool. So I was talking earlier that I'm not really good at setting it up because I'm really hard at dialing in the amperage and the wire feed speed. And this is actually pretty cool. It's got this synergic mode, and it's basically, I think it's like an auto mode. So it has like presets to where, like, this is thickness right here. So this is 0.30 or 0.0. This is supposed to be 0.030 is what it is. So like, I'm gonna be welding. Basically, this stuff is like I have it on 110, so it'll only go up to 0.120, which is close to 1/8 inch. 1/8 inch is like 0.125. So this gives you like a decimal form of like what plate thickness, or you can switch it and I believe this is amperage. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not gonna mess with those because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna select the plate thickness and see how well it welds. See what it does with these presets and stuff like this. What's cool too is this is a multi-process machine. You can do TIG with it as well, and you can stick weld with it. What's cool is it has a separate spot here for the gas. So if you wanted to leave the argon like connected to it, you don't have to switch out bottles or anything. If you want to switch over to TIG, you can just set it all up. You just gotta switch out the torch stuff. So it's pretty nice. I'm gonna go ahead and just throw a ratchet strap around this thing temporarily and go ahead and go wheel it outside and start doing some stuff. But yeah, so don't judge this. This isn't the cart for this. This is actually the cart for the TIG welder. I just thought it'd be easy for this project to just throw it on here. I actually might just pick it up and carry it because it is so light. Just pick up the welder with one hand and the bottle with the other. I guess we'll see. I just was thinking it'd be nice to have it on the cart instead of on the ground outside. So we'll go ahead and get some stuff fabbed up, and then we'll get to welding. Yeah, All right, so we're making some progress on this. As you can see here, I just spaced it up 1 3/4 inches, which is to match the outside here. So when I lay the plate across, it's like flush, doesn't have like, so it won't bend. Then this right here is a foot from the side, so that way it'll like, hopefully the tire will be right about centered on this, so as it drives through, it won't actually like bend the plate or anything. I'm gonna do this on both sides, and then in the middle here, I'm just gonna weld another little standoff piece, so that way it doesn't want to bow like this. And it should be pretty good. Obviously, you won't be able to like load anything like super narrow on it. It might bend the plate, but it should be pretty good for his cars. They're like around 3,000 pounds. And what I'm gonna do is this bar right here, once I put the diamond plate over it, I'm gonna go from underneath and stitch weld these like to the plates on both sides, so that way it can't go anywhere. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and get rocking on the middle piece, and then the next side, just put you guys on a time lapse. I want to mention too, I really like this MIG gun. It is super smooth and like nice, and I thought it was going to be kind of too bulky, but it actually feels really good. And this machine is super smooth. I'm not too sure if I figured it out yet, but I've been playing with it and it's starting to get better. So this synergic mode is a little weird and different, but it works really good. I also switched it to manual and it works really good too. So yeah, I'll let you guys know at the end of the video how I like it. As you guys saw from the time lapse, it was a whole lot of work doing it, cutting it. I ended up using the plasma cutter to cut the 4x8 sheets. The rear, I was gonna make it like a 2-piece thing where the little dovetail part is. I ended up not doing it just because I was able to form the metal kind of easily. It wasn't super easy, but I was able to get it done. And yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. The customer will be too. Now keep in mind, this is more of a budget thing. And now that I did this too, I was thinking about it. To make this a lot easier, it probably would have been easier to find some type of like rectangular tube that was 1 3/4 inches tall, instead of like having to cut every single spacer and then just run it the whole length of it, like put a full stick down it on both sides and then weld them in. It would have been a lot easier than how I did it, because it would have had, you would have had to only cut 2 pieces for the front and then 2 for the back. So yeah, I was also gonna say, this Fronius is a solid unit. I'm honestly really impressed with it. I didn't think it was, I thought it was gonna be pretty hard to set up, and it's super easy. I even was messing with it in the manual mode, and it was, I think it must have like some auto settings and I should read better on it. But I just wanted to use it really quick and see how it works for this job. I'll be doing some more videos on it later, so I'll explain some more stuff on that later. Solid little unit here. I was running it really hard for a while too, and I actually like discolored this pretty good. So that's how hot it got. It got pretty hot. It was so hot I couldn't even, like with my MIG gloves, I was having a hard time holding on to here. So yeah, had it on 220 as well, just because I have a long extension cord. Welding the plate to the frame, I don't think 110 would have got it done. But yeah, this is what I was talking about. I did a 1 piece here, just made it kind of nice. There's no like seam there, and I wouldn't have to like weld the seam all the way. But yeah, it's pretty solid. It does like in the middles here, you know, like it wants to like not bow but like bend a little bit, but like right where the tires are going to be, where we put those little reinforcements, it seems really solid. So I'm pretty happy with it. Joel's going to be coming to pick it up here in a little bit. I think he's going to bring it back later, so that way I can cut the fender off and make it removable on the driver's side, so he can open his door and still roll up his window and then shut it. so he doesn't have to climb out the window and then have the window open. But yeah, he is also going to paint this himself, so that's why it's not painted. And I guess, is there anything else I need to tell you guys? Yeah, it was a fun little project. If you have an open deck that the wood is rotted, right now the wood is super expensive, and honestly metal is really expensive too. That's why we went with 12 gauge instead of super thick stuff, because metal is like crazy expensive. So it's a little budget thing. He's gonna paint it. Oh, I did weld the stuff underneath like I told you guys I was going to. Wasn't too bad to do. And yeah, finish up this video for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I wanted to say too, thank y'all for all of the really good reviews you guys left. I really appreciate it, and got back to that 5-star after that dude left me a 1-star for no reason. So I really appreciate it. You guys are the best. I knew y'all come through, but I didn't think y'all come through that good. So really appreciate it. Shout out to Fronius again. That's a solid unit. If you need a MIG welder, don't look any further. That thing is so smooth. That's what I was gonna mention too. I didn't realize till the very end of it, but I was looking around at the welds, and there is not a whole bunch of BBs and spatter everywhere, which is honestly really impressive. That inverter stuff is super awesome. So go check them out, go show them some love, just like he showed me love, and I appreciate it. And we'll see you guys in the next video with some car stuff.